Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Ankerstar Wealth Morning Show. I'm your host, Allison Ankerstar, and today we'll be talking about Warren Buffett's annual letter, when is the best time to invest in 529 to Roth IRA conversions. But before we begin, as a reminder, this is a financial education presentation and should not be construed as personal financial advice. Full disclaimer information is available at ankerstarwealth.com. Good morning, Steve. Legendary investors Warren Buffett released his annual letter this past weekend. What are some of the highlights?
Hey, everybody. Good morning, Allison. Good morning, everybody. Happy last day of February. It's hard to believe 2 months have gone by now in 2023. It is a fast-paced ball game for sure. But certainly, 2023, you can see the futures there. 2023 is at least better than 2022, where, it was pretty much a punch to the nose every day. We've got our ups and downs, but so far, so good with how things are going this year. But back to the question, legendary investor Warren Buffett, you bet, been following him for years. I think he's 92 or 94 now or something like that. Getting up there in the years, but still providing sage advice, to the followers out there. So there he is pictured. Don't know if that's, that was from last year. So overall, he's doing good. 92-year-old. If you want to read the letter, good on you. It's 144 pages. Well, that's the annual report. The letter's a lot shorter than that. But he basically goes through what he thinks of the market. And really the big issue that he threw spears at was the government taxing the stock buybacks. And he's like, if you basically don't understand basic economics if you aren't going to let companies buy stock back. And his point there, and which is why you should be, as an investor, personal opinion, right? But you should be enraged. That's what I am over any policy that says a company can't buy back its stock, or if it does, it faces a tax, which is what is in place in 2023. So remember, when you own a stock, that is a piece of a company, right? And if there's 1 million shares, you own 1/1,000,000th of the company. And if they buy back, i.e. retire half of those shares, then you would own, 2 1/1,000,000th or 1/500,000th. If you're following the math there, you own a larger slice of the pie. Now we're talking small slices, but you start owning tons of shares. Anytime shares are bought back or retired, you incrementally own more of the company. Right. So which means you get more, dividends, everything else, it really kind of parlays into just easier for the company. And why would a company do that? Especially if they pay a dividend, they retire some shares, they don't have to pay the dividend out on their shares. So anyhow, so overall, his letter was pretty positive. It did throw spears at the government for that. Hopefully that might induce some change out there. But overall, it's a good read if you have a chance.
Next, when is the best time to buy stock?
Well, the leading question, right? Because this guy right here, Warren Buffett, likes to say this phrase. He goes, the best time to buy is now, and the best holding period is forever. So let's peel that back. So a lot of folks get caught up in, well, I don't want to invest right now because I want to wait for the market to recover. Okay. So let's go to the SPY, which is the S&P 500. We'll bring that chart up, and we'll go to, like, I don't know, an all chart. So and see what this comes up with. So the point being, markets go up over time. When's the best time to invest is now, i.e. when you have the money to invest. So if you invested here in June of 2007, or you waited for a perfect entry in December of 2008, are you happy either way? Are you personally destroyed because you hopped in here when the whole market's up here? No, you would not care at all. Now, when you buy here and the market starts down, you might want to go like, well, that didn't work out. That could have worked out better, right? In a perfect world, yes, you would buy these dips. When's the last time I gave the lock and load speech? March 23rd, 2020, one day early before the actual bottom, right? So that was right here, right? Well, that's when you buy, is when markets are down. In 2019, we went down 20% in a month. That's a great time to buy. So folks are like, in their mind right now, it's just like, oh, the markets are evil. The Fed's not done raising rates. you know, really, and I want to wait, right? It's like, well, remember when you look backwards, it's just like, well, would I rather buy here when the world is ending or wait for the market to recover and buy stuff when it's more expensive? You'd rather buy cheaper. Would you rather buy here when we went down 20% in a month or wait till we're up here? I'm telling you, that's why financial advisors are in business, not completely why, but for a lot of folks, they want to buy here and they want to sell here, and that's backwards, right? So to get out of that mentality is you want to build wealth over a lifetime. So the best time to buy is now. And I'm not just saying that because obviously I benefit financially from more people invest, but literally it's like go do your job or your career or whatever it is that you do in life that produces money, take a portion of that and put it towards your future, period. On a monthly basis, you'll dollar cost average in. You don't outthink it. If you outthink it, you'll end up waiting and then the train will go and then you'll invest once the thing is screamed back higher and then you will have gotten a terrible entry point, right? So don't forget, even during times like this where yes, the market sucks and the Fed's still raising rates and inflation's being stickier than what I thought, and we got war going off with Europe, and we got aliens, and balloons, and who knows we're shooting stuff out of our own sky. Oh my word, drama, 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 drama. Stick to your plan, invest now when you have the money.
Last, Secure Act 2.0 will allow people to transition money from a 529 to the beneficiary's Roth IRA account starting in 2024. What are the rules?
Okay, so a lot of people don't know this. You might be hearing about this, but it is true. Secure Act 2.0 has got a ton of stuff. It's still being unpacked. I still haven't done my webinar where I'm going to go live and answer questions because honestly, I don't quite know everything I need to know yet, right? Because it's so in depth. But it is true. You fund a 529, and people ask me. I mean, literally, as of like 9:45 last night, I was asked the question, what happens if you don't use all your money in the 529? So let's start with that, and then we'll talk about this rule. So if you start a 529, again, the reason to do so is you put money in, and as long as it's used for education, the proceed, the gains are not taxed, right? So you put 20,000 in, let it grow, for like an 18-year-old, 18 years. If you start young, let it double a couple times, and when you go to use that for education, that's not taxed. Well, what if there's a scholarship, or what if your child doesn't go to school, or what if some other thing kicks in where you pay for college some other way? Who knows? Blah, blah, blah. There's all of a sudden, when the child is done with going to school and stuff, what do you do with that money? Well, you can leave it in there. And then assuming your child has children, you simply switch children eventually, not anytime soon, right? But eventually, have children, they can take that money and put it towards their children. So that's one way to kind of keep it growing. That's what most people do. However, folks are like, well, I want to take the money out. Well, if you take the money out, you're going to face taxes on that. So they came up with this and says, okay, you can take it from the 529 plan to the Roth IRA, not yours. So Steve opens a 529 for Allison. Steve can't put it in Steve's Roth IRA. Steve has to put it in Allison's Roth IRA. So it's for the beneficiary. So some rules that go into play here is $35,000 there in some blue. Now, $35,000 is the lifetime maximum. So don't get crazy thinking I'm going to put, $500,000 into a 529 so I can get it into an Roth IRA later. Well, first of all, it's not for you; it's for the beneficiary. Now, you could make yourself the beneficiary, and so there are some rules that need to be addressed here. But it doesn't start this year. She can't do it now, so don't worry about it. But starting in 2024, to qualify for the transfer, the 529 plan must have been open for at least 15 years. Okay, so this is not a bang bang sort of thing. It's literally you did your due diligence, you saved for this education, and there's money left for whatever reason. Beneficiaries will be able to roll over a maximum of $35,000 over the course of the lifetime. It continues. This will count towards the annual contribution limits. So for somebody that's under 50, which most beneficiaries would be, right? It's $6,500 a year. Okay. So that takes a while to get that 35,000. So this is not going to be a let's bring down the 529 and put it all into the Roth. This is going to be you're going to be able to do 6,500 per year or whatever the max turns out to be, including inflation, as into the Roth IRA for the beneficiary. So there's going to be a lot more to come out of this, especially as far as, well, what if I switch beneficiaries? Like I have two kids, I can move the money back and forth as I see fit as the account holder. But if I do that, did I just start rehacking some 15-year clock? Or the fact that both of them, now my youngest is 15, she's had it her whole life. No, it doesn't not matter because both accounts have been open for 15 years. I don't know. We'll let the accountant sort this out. So there's going to be more to follow on this. But overall, good news is that, yes, ultimately, $35,000 per beneficiary, if you have more than one account, can end up in the beneficiary's Roth IRA, once they have earned income and they're out in the workforce and no longer going to school. So overall, pretty good rule.
Thank you, everyone, for your questions. Please submit your questions as a comment through social media or directly to our email at vipservices@ankerstarwealth.com. And don't forget to like and subscribe to get daily updates. That's all we have for today's show. I'm Allison Ankerstar, and we'll see you back here tomorrow.